Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being back. We have an absolute impeccable game in front of our eyes right now. On the left-hand side, you'll see Germany. Team Germany going against Team Turkey on the right-hand side. This is going to be an absolute fantastic thing. And I got on my left-hand side Gio Farino with me. Thank you for joining me.
Hello again. I think this should be one of the best games of the day, my personal opinion. The Germans looked very strong yesterday, obviously beating out the Belgians.
Yeah.
Very close game. And I didn't actually get to see much of the Turkish players yesterday.
Yeah, unfortunately we didn't have them on the live stream. What an absolute horrible mistake, but we're fixing it right now. We got Team Turkey in front of our eyes right now, and we'll see how they match up against Germany. And you're right, I think this is going to be like one of the better games of this early day. I think we have to say the half-finals and the finals, of course, going to be awesome. But I think as matchups goes, this is as even as it gets.
Yes, I think all players will know each other really well, playing at EQC against each other a lot, playing often internationally and seeing each other really well.
Yeah.
As you can see, the Turkish players are wearing bibs because of the colour clash.
Yeah.
So we will try our best to play names, but it's very difficult when we can't see the numbers, let alone the names.
Yeah, we're doing our best, folks. But please check out the Turkish player names, maybe in a different tab on Quidditch Dernegy. That's their Facebook page, and you can see the full roster list, and you can you can spot your own players on your own.
What I really like, though, is that they've changed sides, and so the numbers are on their left-hand shoulders. So when they're attacking left to right, we could see them. But now they're when they're attacking right to left, we could see them. Now they're attacking left to right, we can't see the numbers either.
Yeah, maybe like only in quick transition games. Okay, but that's our job, Gio. We're doing our best.
Yeah, let's see. Some have them on the shorts. I've just seen number 41 there on his shorts. That is Mertz. But other than that, I could not see any more numbers on shorts.
Yeah. And we should mention Team Turkey already starting with a disadvantage, got a yellow card.
Yes, so the yellow card was for not providing volunteers yesterday, is what I've heard.
Yeah.
Interesting. Where do you stand on that kind of call?
I mean, in order for this tournament to run, we need the volunteers. Personally, I think this tournament has a lot of volunteers, so I think we were able to handle it, but it's just a rule, it's in the guidelines to this tournament. Team Turkey knew about it, they didn't listen to it. I think they were just like forgetting about it. That's just what happens in the heat of the game. But yeah, the yellow card is going to sting in the beginning of this game.
Well, I think it depends. I think if you're going to get a yellow card before the game starts, isn't the worst time.
Yeah, if I'll take one, I'll take this one.
Exactly, because especially from brooms up, when there are no bludgers on defense for either team, and if you can get that quaffle and drive it straight through, the player's back in, they're 1-0 down, it's not the end of the world. I'd rather have a card then, as opposed to being 3-0 down, and then they score and it goes to 4-0 down.
Yeah, absolutely right. So we see the teams huddling up, and we can give you a little bit of a short introduction to each team. For the Turkish, they're not fielding their best roster. They had some problems with like some financial troubles getting every player over here, and of course there were some visa problems as well. But they're sporting this, I would say, B line here. That's what they told me at least, and there's still like impeccable players on there. I mean, we're talking about the Doctor. His official name is Roshan Azbay. But he's going with the Doctor in this game, and we're going to call him that, right, Gio?
Of course, the Doctor is in session. Hopefully he'll be handing out prescriptions, goals left and right and centre.
Oh yeah. Insured or not, he'll give it to you.
Other notable players, as always, Ajam.
Yeah.
She's a phenomenal beater, loves to tackle, loves to catch, makes incredible beats, and I think potentially for her size, a lot of people would underestimate her.
Yeah.
But because...
Fatal mistake.
Fatal mistake, and I think because she has played for so long now...
Yeah.
I don't think you can really get away with underestimating Ajam anymore.
Yeah, I bet there's like not a lot of players that are more known for her passion for this game as Ajam is.
I first heard about Ajam at, I think it was Valentine's Cup in the UK a couple of years back. And everyone was going, oh, Ajam's amazing, Ajam's amazing. I went, who's Ajam? Being new to the sport myself, and then I saw her play and I went...
You knew.
Lives up to the hype.
Absolutely.
Phenomenal player. What about for Germany? Any notable players? I don't think they have any notable players, really.
I think they have a really like round-up team in that regard. If I would have to pick someone, I would go with Leon Burgers, who's putting a lot of pressure on the beating game. I think Ajam will have her fight brought to her by Leon Burgers and, of course, all his teammates on Team Germany. We see them right now huddling up. It's a big team. Team Germany, of course, with the home advantage. And I think this crowds, the stands are filling now with fans of Team Germany, trying to cheer them on. That's going to give them another advantage because it's always nice to have the support on the other side.
What we noticed yesterday, which was quite nice, was the Austrian players supporting the German players when they weren't playing them, obviously.
Yeah.
And the German players returned the favour to Austria, which was quite nice. It's nice to see rivaling nations coming together and supporting.
Yeah, I mean, the UK team also cheers for Team Ireland or like Team Scotland?
Yes, they do, sometimes.
Some of them. Some blokes, I heard some blokes shouting something. At least Bex is doing it.
Yes, some of them are doing it, which is quite nice, but I think there's a bit more rivalry there, the UK. Not known for being well liked, we should say.
You little rascals. What are you doing on this little island out there?
I just think that we have our own idea of humour, and some people find that a bit mean. But it's all in good faith, and again, that's what Quidditch is, just having fun and playing within the rules.
We're seeing right now Stefan Elster, the physician of the Team Germany, providing them with a little bit of cold water, some mist around their backs. I would appreciate that myself right now. Yeah,
it's, we may be undercover in this lovely tent provided by Ruhr Phoenix, but it is still blinking warm. Whew. Yeah, that nice breeze though. We've got a nice little breeze coming in, which is quite nice, but I think that both teams look like they want this.
Absolutely.
The Germans really getting hyped. You can see them getting into their chants.
Yeah. I mean, when I compare these teams, I think that Team Germany and Team Turkey, they're one of these, they're two of these teams that really include their female players a lot, and they do it really well, and it pays off on the pitch.
Yeah.
I mean, the beating game of Nilsu and Ejim is formidable. Ben and Emre, Yaren Uçar, great chasers. And of course, on the other sides, there's also Lena Steuer, Jana Chung, Julia Piazzolo, all of these female players that can hold their own against anybody.
You've missed one, in my opinion.
Oh, did I?
Rosa.
Rosa. Oh, Rosa! 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 How could I do that? Oh my God.
I don't know. I don't think she'll forgive you for that one.
I don't forgive myself. Okay, Rosa Kuhn, yeah, of course, the impeccable chaser with the great technique when it comes to tackling down. So many people can learn from her, and so many people learned that in that tournament.
So the other thing that she does really well as well is when she's quaffle carrying and gets tackled, still maintains control of the quaffle and doesn't panic. That's such an important thing. Even if you go to ground, don't panic. She seems to be aware of where the beaters are, where her chasers are, and still gets that pass off, which is quite impressive.
Do you think that's a physical trait like body control, or is it like a mental thing like concentration?
That's definitely a mental thing. Anyone can get tackled, and anyone can tackle, but she's got very good technique and strength there. But when you are tackled, you need good concentration and awareness to understand what is happening in the game. It's very good situational awareness, we would say. The Germans trying to drown out the Turkish chants.
I mean, the good thing is both teams actually love each other quite a lot. I mean, I don't know if you heard about Intergalactic Cup, which is a
tournament in Turkey, right?
Tournament in Turkey, and a lot of Germans make the trip each year. I think it's next year in January, and that's in January when you can actually play because the temperatures in Turkey are a bit better than in continental Europe.
I've been to Turkey in August, and it's about 40 odd degrees.
Yeah,
a little bit too hot for Quidditch.
Yeah, but not in January, and that's where this great tournament holds place, and a lot of Germans come over, and yeah, you can just feel the love between these two teams. But for now, it's not going to be a lot of love.
Hopefully not. Well, let's see what happens. Who do you fancy taking this game?
I mean, I have nightmares about this exact situation since I love both teams very much. I gotta give it to, I think, Team Germany, but it's with one key factor there. They have to stop the doctor. They have to stop Roshan Asbay because he's posing a lot of trouble for any defense with his great drives, his great spirit of his team.
I'd probably also give it to Germany as well.
Yeah, all right. We'll see.
Especially after that performance against Belgium yesterday.
It was a great game, honestly. But still very close. I think it's awesome that the top teams of Europe are so close together. It makes great competitive games, great TV on your screens right at home. I hope you guys have some lemonade right next year. Brooms up, here we go. Germans first with the quaffle.
Nice catch though from the beater of Turkey, managing to get control and maintaining it as well.
Yeah, Heinrich Ottensmeier.
Beautiful tackle though from the.
Yeah, that was. I think that's Benan.
Benan, yes, I know the name Benan.
Yeah,
phenomenal player.
I mean, again, if we mix up some names, I'm sorry, Turkey, we just can't see your numbers, and from afar, you kind of are hard to separate from one another.
Especially my knowledge of Turkish Quidditch is very limited in general. I barely even know the UK players.
We'll manage. Okay, great defensive possession by Turkey. And the Doctor, Roshan.
Collects it nicely.
Yeah.
So here we are. They're trying to play a patient offense, trying to maintain control. But that was a really nice pass back.
Yeah.
And control is maintained by Fanda number 22.
Yeah. And the coach of Team Turkey, Kambula, told me that they have some new offensive sets that they don't play on the club level. This one was not really an offensive set, it was just Roshan going for it, and he's being picked up by the opposing beaters.
Nice attempted tackle by Banan, but good pass.
Oh,
good goal.
Great goal by Marvin.
That's a really nice awareness there, being able to pass it off while being contacted.
Marvin Menzel with first blood in this game.
I think the first of many, I would assume. I'd hope. I really want a nice high-scoring game.
Yeah.
Leon Burgess subs on.
All right. It looks like a line offense to me right now. No trolls going on. The wings now separating themselves.
Potentially looking for that drive, considering they have control. Let's see what they can do with it. Control is, they're pinned Fisher right on her hoops. Leon attempts to go for the block, gets beat out. There is no bludgers on the offense because they're both behind the hoops.
Yeah, but Madeleine Fischer doesn't want to rush things, keeping the bludger possession on her hand.
Leon Burgess shielding her very nicely. They've got to make a move. Doctor probably wants a shot or a drive. Pops over the top, behind the hoops.
Good contact by Roloff.
No bludgers though. Now there needs to be a drive. Nice tackle.
Özcan is brought down. Still fighting for it. I think Heinrich's trying to get his grip on the ball. And yeah, he's got it.
That was a really nice defensive stop there. Really nice defensive stop from Germany there. For Menzo, number 71, who scored the first goal.
Yeah, but he needs to sub out. That took a lot of strength.
And the German line is so strong. There doesn't appear to be too much of a B team, would you say, or even a drop-off, really.
Nah. They mix up pretty well with each other. There's a lot of talent on like eye-to-eye level, I think.
I think what's quite nice in terms of the German game is that a lot of the players play on all the teams. So it's not one team is stacked, as we would say in the UK.
Oh... I think that was a bad decision by Leon Burgers. Ben and Emre making him pay.
Really nice drive there. Very good awareness. Nice little pass from Doctor there.
Yeah.
But as we were saying, so in the German Quidditch League, a lot of the national players play on all the teams. So it's not 7, 8, 9, 10 on one team. It's maybe 3 or 4 on one team. And then the talent pool is spread across. So German Quidditch and EQC level won't be as strong on a team level. But nationally, it means they've got a bigger pool of talent to draw from because the whole country is developing together.
Yeah, that's absolutely right here. Long pass intercepted by the Doctor.
Very nice tip there to mention. And now they're calling no bludgers. There's no bludgers being called. 45 beat, but not called. Oh, there it is. Drive through. Let's see. Pops over the top.
Great,
and a nice pass. Turkey being patient, but utilising this no bludgers offense.
Yeah, they need the bludger out of Leon Burger's hand because they can't seem to find an answer for it.
Leon Burgess there trying to make a pass back with an attempted beat and managed to nail a chaser from half the pitch.
That's good for you, Igor.
Yeah, you need to really be aware of that. But there is no bludgers in offense.
Yeah, Turkey can push it now. Can put some pressure on Christian Simpelmann.
Leander Troll wanting the ball back, but very, very smart play from the keeper. What's the keeper's name, sorry?
Christian Simpelmann.
Christian Simpelmann. That's a great name. I like the rhyme. I love the music of the German players' names.
And someone has to love it.
Oh, passes off to Leander.
Met by Benan Emre. That's a bit of a high tackle in my opinion. There's the flag, a beat. Also, and I think now there'll be a foul call.
There we are, yeah.
Yeah, it seemed a bit high.
Benan knew what she had done wrong. She had immediately let go, but the ref has given that. And I think that's the right decision.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard. When Leander's driving, he puts his body a little bit forward, giving it a little bit of height.
I've played against Leander. It's a difficult one to tackle because he likes to, as you said, he likes to dive down, put his body at an angle. You have to really get low to be able to make a good tackle. Yeah. And because he's so strong, it's very difficult to try and stop him.
Yeah, I love this play versus Belgium, man. So much hard on this guy.
Let's see. I'll see if he tries to jump and dunk over this one.
Yeah.
There's no bludgers. May have no support, but he has to really go for it. Nice step.
Step
2.
Oh. Over it. No.
but the ball was almost kept alive. Rosa wanting to go for that. Look at that aggression there. That's what I like in Quidditch.
Yeah, but Edgem is there to pick up the slack.
So the thing is there, Rosa knew she might not have got the ball, but by slowing down the Turkish counter-attack, it allows your team to set up on a defense. And that's so important. You have to kind of sacrifice getting beat out there and maybe losing a bit of energy, but it's worth it for the team.
Yeah.
Good team play there.
Gio, if you were Germany right now, would you try to force something with your bludger supremacy, or would you like wait for the offense of the Turkish and how they're playing against bludger supremacy? And as I said that, the Turkish got their bludger supremacy back.
So there we are. And now Leon sitting right on the hoops again. It's a very European tactic, I've noticed.
Yeah.
And Turkey with this patient offense.
They're getting close to the hoops, but not really in a position where they can actually go for the long shot, as there's always a hand up in their face. Nice interception by Zimpelmann. Great save. Troll going for it.
But it's against two. And makes the right choice, slowing down.
Good defensive approach by Christian Zimpelmann.
So what was really nice there as well is Rosa was putting the pressure on Doctor, so he couldn't pass it off or become like a receiver. Was trying to get the interception, and Christian Zimpelmann gets it there. It's really nice team play. Yeah. Everyone knows what they're trying to do. It's really good tactics.
Yeah. Also, Jana Chung always keeping the beaters away from Leon, so he can actually provide some defensive gravity there.
So what you just missed was Leander was going for the receiving on the small hoop near side, and Edgem knew that was coming. Beat out Leander as soon as the pass went over. Beautiful heads-up play there from Edgem. Doctor driving through, passes it back, tries to look again. Nice take at the hoop, and it goes straight through.
40-10. And I think at this point, the beating game of the Turkish is unbelievable good. Number 41, Mert, is joining Edgem. Mert Ayduman and Edgem Satici playing phenomenal against Leon Burgers and Jana Chung, and they're now subbing off for Paul Thunder and Madeleine Fischer.
So what was really nice in terms of the offensive play from the chaser-wise, you had Tanner, who was on the hoops. Pass was a little bit in front of him. Managed to just tip it back to himself and get it through. Zimpelmann wanting the shot. Leander trying to set a pick, but the Doctor was there.
Yeah.
And look at this good aggression. And that appears to be, let's see what's happening. Ref's calling. Let's see if the ref's calling.
Yeah, Roshan is not happy with that call.
I think Zimpelmann was trying to spin around, and I think it looked like it was just spinning in him.
Yeah.
Let's see if he calls it no harm, no foul. Let's see how the call is, though.
Yeah, the coach Kambula goes there, calms down the Doctor, calms down Roshan.
It is very warm out here.
We still have a lot of game to go. Roshan, don't get carded for such a stupid thing like talking back to the refs.
Exactly. It's 3-10. They are dominating in terms of the quaffle game. It's still close.
Yeah.
Germany are adapting. When Germany have control on defense, they look very strong. When they don't have control, they still look quite strong because the Turkish are trying to go to no bludgers. I think maybe you should look for that extra pass around the side of the hoops, try and spread out the beaters. At the moment, they're very much playing very flat from the front.
Yeah, exactly. I think the passing game of Germany is superior to the one of Turkey as of this moment.
They're being a lot more dynamic. They're trying to go for a bit longer passes. Simple man trying to go around, taking the long way to the hoops. Not always recommended. Really nice pressure though from the chaser. Going back behind the hoops. Pass over the top. Oh, a little bit too high.
But there's Julia.
Very good positioning there. The pass was, I think, intended for Leander. Bit too over him. Not the tallest player in the world, but very good vertical.
Yeah.
But Julia...
great catch by Mert. He caught so many bludgers. Nils should beat.
Very nice kick beat though.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, doesn't pay off, but the kick beat is there. But because both bludgers were held back there, the press is on. So, Turkey with control.
Yeah. And again, it looks like the Doctor's waiting for the no bludger situation, then going for it.
So the Doctor likes to drive and shoot, but unfortunately, when there is one bludger in the middle of the hoops, the drive isn't there.
Yeah.
And with the defensive chasers standing towards the hoops, playing like a two-person bailer.
Yeah.
Which means they're standing right in front of the hoops, trying to block those shots. Kind of negates the ability to take those shots. So those passers trying to go over the top. Because there's the two chasers on the hoops, they can't put their hand through. So the goaltending is not allowed.
Yeah, yeah.
Pass back over the top. Nice collection from Doctor. But nice contact from Leander.
I gotta say, I'm a little bit underwhelmed by the offensive creativity of the Turkish at this point. Now there's the napalm, immediately stopped because of a lost broom. Pass behind the hoops, works.
So that there is a bit more creativity. Trying to pass it over the top to your chaser behind the hoops, which was number 13, Tanner, and then passes back over the top to Tunaham.
Yeah, Tunan Özdemir with the 40-20, and now there's a timeout by Germany.
I think that's the right choice.
Yeah, I think so too.
Especially considering that it appears the Turkish team have learned a new tactic.
Yeah.
They've adapted their game a little bit, which is so important in Quidditch.
Yeah, switching behind the front and the back side of the hoops, making the Germans walk around their hoops from their bailout defense.
The thing is this is quite important in Quidditch because you can have a plan going into a game. You can do all the research, but if the team adapt, you need to also adapt.
Yeah.
And that's what Turkish have done, and Germany very smartly recognised that.
And that's what Steffen Wirsching now has to tell his players. As a coach, he has to adapt himself now. Yeah, the Turkish are happy with how they're playing, and rightfully so. They're getting a lot of goals with minimum effort, I gotta say.
What's quite good, though, is the Turkish will be in high spirits. If the other team called a timeout, I would say early. It's 9 minutes into the game, not that early. But if the team called a timeout, it means you have the momentum.
Yeah.
And they are trying to break your momentum.
Yeah.
So you've got to keep hype up, keep the momentum going, and get right back into it.
Okay. For you folks at home wondering how the game system is, the winner of this match is almost immediately now qualified for the semifinals, and the loser of this match has to play versus the winner of the other matches of the group second-placed teams. So even if one of these teams loses, you can still see them in the final going at it again. So this might not be the last time we see Turkey versus Germany.
It's a very impressive system, I must say myself.
Yeah, I gotta say, sometimes we Quidditch people have a lot of more creativity to our tournament systems than to play.
I was watching and I was trying to work it out myself, and it just went right over my head. That's why I don't design systems like that. I just play the Quidditch. I don't even play the beating game. I just throw a quaffle. It's the easiest part.
Yeah, we just need to like show you the opposing hoops and you're happy, right?
Yeah, I just shoot. Nice pass over the top though.
Mike is there.
Good tackle from Doctor. Pass it back off, and very nice interception from Tanner in the middle of the hoops. Pass it back to Doctor. Very nice defensive play there from Turkey.
The Doctor Roshan with the quaffle. I mean, I've seen him play through whole games, and I think that's his approach to this game as well. He'll try to not sub off.
Well, that's been nice. It's been a relatively slow game in regards to there's not been many stoppages, so the heat won't be much of a factor. They're trying to put the pressure on the Turkish team.
And they're doing it.
They managed to maintain control, though. Doctor wants this. Should take the shot.
Oh, and it's in.
No goal, though.
No goal?
It looked like it bent the hoop, but the ref has called it no goal.
Oh, yeah. It might have just, like, brushed the upper side of the ring, and the ring turned, and this way the ball flipped outside of the ring.
But the refs, I think, are going to discuss this one. I think, and it should be discussed.
Yeah.
I didn't personally see it. I thought it missed, but you thought it went in.
Yeah, and I mean...
And that's the thing is, with multiple sets of eyes, with the amount of refs, especially having a goal ref whose one job is to be watching for that, it's quite nice that you have this ability to be a little bit uncertain and have a bit of a discussion.
Yeah, and I mean, this is an important game, and this would be an important goal. Absolutely right decision to go for a short huddle and determine whether that one was in or out.
And again, like, there's not been many stoppages in this game. Sometimes, especially in this heat, if you've got a game that stops over and over again, that can really take its toll. But this was the first real stoppage, minus the timeout. So I don't see what's wrong with that. Give the team a chance to catch a ref. Let the refs get some water if needed.
All right.
Well, I missed that one.
Yeah, Mert's getting a yellow card, and I think it was illegal contact from behind. Mert Eidemann, had a great beating game so far. He will be missed for sure.
Especially, again, the goal being no good. So, at the moment, that's still 2-up to Turkey.
Yeah.
4-2 is the score.
Okay, and now it's Leon Bürgers and Jana Chung with bludger control.
They need to use this. They need to get this goal. It's important. They're a player up, and they've only got a minute left on the timeout. They've got about 50-odd seconds. And
Nilsu is deep at their hoops. They're now playing bailout defense themselves, the Turkish. Heinrich looking for the opening, finding it.
No good. Again, spins the hoop. Similar thing. Very nice defense, though.
That's Kama, right?
What I did like, though, is number 31 for Germany, who is, I'm just checking.
Johannes Klein-Peters, I think?
Yes.
Yeah, it's Johannes Klein-Peters. Very athletic player.
Was trying to set a pick on Doctor because as the keeper, when you're in your keeper zone, you're immune from being beat. I did like Leon trying to just take the beat from behind and see if Doctor would buy, but...
He didn't. I mean, maybe the Doctor is walking right on the edge of the keeper zone. Maybe if you put a pick, try to make him go over it and not under it, because as soon as he goes over it, he's like...
No longer immune.
Yeah, he's no longer immune. And that's like one of the records where you want to have to pick like that, so you're forcing your opponent to go over it and not under it.
That would be a very good heads-up play. I think they were trying to do that, or at least stop the Doctor going across the line, so there's a shooting lane open.
Yeah.
But let's see. The goal was no good. Score is 4-2 still to Turkey. And they still have their player in the sin bin.
Yeah, I think they want to play it slow until Merritt can join them on the pitch again.
If I was Germany, I'd be using this. I'd try and be a bit more aggressive with the bludgers, take out the beater, make the trade, and then go for that quaffle. Try and force a turnover, make them do something.
Yeah, Leon is going for it. Yana Chung now going for the quaffle. The rest of the chase is going for the receivers.
Lorza there with a tackle. Nice arm grab. Beat out before. Goal is no good because it's potentially beat before, and the Doctor is beat.
Now they can go for it.
There is no bludgers on defense. There's one bludger on defense. Apologies.
Yeah, Niels Schuh is having it.
Nice fake out though. Nice deflect from Leon.
But Heinrich is using the most of that opportunity and putting it 40-30.
What's really nice from this Turkish team is utilising picks, especially the way the rule has changed recently in the last rulebook. Off-ball contact is almost more encouraged now. It's a lot more acceptable and a lot more used. And that is quite an important thing in the game, especially if you can utilise it.
Yeah.
Setting picks on the hoops to try and maybe create shooting lanes or driving lanes. It's quite a good tactic.
I know you're a fan of pick and roll plays, Gio, and I'm right there with you. I think pick and roll is the future of creative offense in the future.
Nice take though.
Oh, Yaren is being taken down. Tom stopped immediately. Bit too quick to react, but Heinrich with the defensive prowess there.
So what I would like to see more of, I don't know if you see this in German Quidditch nationally,
Go ahead.
Is setting picks on the hoops. So if they're playing this Baylor-style defense that the Germans are doing, if you set a pick on one of the chasers there, it should free up one of the outside hoops for a shooting lane.
I've actually seen this in some of the national team practices, but I got to tell you, the Germans are not quite fond of the tactic yet. I think it's definitely one thing they can improve on, but I've seen them use it. Maybe not to the greatest extent of efficiency yet.
Beautiful save, though.
Oh my.
Absolutely beautiful save. But yes, I think that, like, we try to do it domestically in the UK a little bit.
Yeah.
I think it's maybe the next level, maybe next year's tactic that people will be trying to use as they start to understand the rules a bit more and how they can utilise the off-ball play and what is legal and what is illegal.
So.
Control with Turkey, pass over the top, and it is with 54.
Egemen. He had a great save earlier, Egemen Akyol. Yeah, now I think the Turkish players don't want to lose their bludger control. And as I said that.
Oh, but at the moment they've got no bludgers on defense. Nice the fake shot, pass over the top, and intercepted. Egemen beat out, drive not on because there is one bludger and a chaser. But that was nice, sloppy. Nice scrappy play.
Yeah, scrappy, not sloppy.
Sloppy is the opposite when it's bad.
Yeah.
So I think that was a bit sloppy from Turkey there.
Yeah.
Especially losing control. But that was very good scrappy, chaser-only style defense from the German national team. And now they're being patient, working it. They've got the bludger superiority with the
no bludger control. Mike is going for it. Such a strong chaser. I love Mike's game.
That was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, she deserved that high five there.
The windmill step, the jump, and the power shot right over Egemen in the middle hoop. And as what would we say if that goes for the middle hoop?
Ah, top bins.
There we are.
Gee, I'm learning. I'm learning.
I'm enjoying this. Egemen trying to be a bit more patient. I think the Turkish team would be quite happy though still. It is 4-all, 15 minutes. The downside now is they don't have control.
Yeah.
The German team, I think, would be trying to maintain control. But they've just lost control and they've lost the goal. What a beautiful trade in the beating games. Both bludgers hit each other and that allowed
Ogeshan Timur
to drive right through to that right-hand hoop. That's kind of very good heads-up play from the chaser game to understand that bludgers were being tied up in beater battles.
Yeah.
And there is a no bludger defense. When you're not being slowed down by someone trying to, being contacting you, the drive is on.
Would you say it was like Turkey taking advantage of Team Germany's mistakes, or was it like a mistake of Team Germany that Turkey just had to use?
I think it was Turkey. It was Turkey forcing the. No bludger situation.
Oh, great tackle by Tom Roloff, denying the long shot.
Oh, there we are. I think it potentially passed off a beat, but let's see what's happened. What I thought was quite nice in terms of that last attack is the Turkish beaters taking the trade with Leon. Neither of them were being beat because the bludgers hit each other.
Yeah.
So they're both safe. The number 17?
Ögöshan, I think. Ögöshan.
Ögöshan, yeah. Managed to see that and saw what the opportunity was. And this 2-2 style, was 2 on the hoop style defense, Baylor-ish, is very susceptible to drives. Because you're going for you're trying to shot block, you can't step up and tackle, and the only time you can tackle is when you're at the hoop and they can dunk it over you.
Yeah.
Blue card! Illegal interaction with play after beat. Yeah.
All right, Ögöshan Timur. After that great goal of his, he's now for 1 minute in the penalty box.
And timeout is called by Turkey, which I think is the smart play. We are at 16 minutes, which is when we get in to start thinking about snitch on pitch.
Yeah. And I gotta say, this is, I think, where Germany has a clear advantage, because if there's one thing that Team Turkey lacks, because they have great chase, they have great beaters, but they don't have this transcendent talent at the seeker floor. They really don't. And I think that's where Germany has the advantage.
And when you look at Germany, you've got players like Jan Koller, you've got Max Martins. Both have caught snitches this weekend.
Yeah.
Phenomenal, athletic, tall, with incredible endurance.
Yeah.
That's the kind. They've got acceleration, they've got strength, they've got height, they've got it all almost. And we are about to be tacked by a bee.
Yeah, that's as big as my fist almost. Oh my god.
But we are back in the game. This is really warm out there. It's amazing how these players go on for so long. Players like Doctor, who was effectively didn't sub for 12 minutes.
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah.
When you are the main ball carrier, when you're driving through, making all decisions, it's a lot. It's not just the physical side of it; it's the mental side. Yeah. It's a lot of thinking, and the thinking can be quite tiring.
Yeah, especially like on day 2 on this exhausting tournament, and it's like, I mean, I like the nice weather, but like 10 degrees cooler would be fine. But I think every single person on this stadium.
Or a nice cross breeze. A little breeze would be bellissimo. So the score is 5-4. Time is 16 minutes. Snitch is going to be released in 1 with Seekers a minute following that. Now the aim of the game is control. 1 goal either way is not the end of the world. Yep. If Germany score, it's 5-all. If Germany concede, 6-4. That means either team can win with a catch. And as we said, Germany, we believe, have the advantage there.
Yep.
So I think if I was Turkey, I'd maybe be thinking about trying to maintain control, bludger control.
And there's no beaters, and Johannes Stein-Peters just popping it in. Yeah. And on the seeker floor, we see Jan Koller for Germany, and I think, I'm not sure, I can't see your number, I think it's Simay for the Turkish. I'm not sure on this one, but I think it's Simay.
Germany trying their patented free bludger technique off camera, but unfortunately not working.
Okay, Germany calling for the press.
Steve Bosson is our snitch. Very good snitch. Strong, tall, athletic. This could be a tight game. And that's the second reset used.
No, I think that was maybe like a helpless defender by Tom.
I believe it was the second reset used because they'd used it just earlier. And let's see. Let's have a look. Yep. Oh, gets handed to the nearest chaser.
Yeah, Benan Emerald there. Got the pass, that was the second reset. You're absolutely right. Hume, why do I ever doubt you?
Because I say it with confidence, and sometimes it's wrong, but if you say it with confidence, then it's still wrong. But that was right this time, which makes a nice change.
Yeah.
So there is no bludgers on the Turkish defense. There are 2 chasers.
Yeah.
But you'd still fancy your chances, no?
I think so, yeah. I mean, sorry, I was just like with my mind thrown, because I'm looking at the snitch, and with 50-50, I mean, all hell is about to break loose in less than a minute. And who do you think has a better chance at like creating the bubble around the snitch?
I still think that it is Germany, but the bubble will break down consistently. That's how this game is. And Steve, I think, was our snitch for the Belgium-Germany game.
Tom Roloff losing the quaffle there, but going for it in the second try, 50-60.
But as we said earlier, 5-6 is still any team can catch to win. With 30 seconds until the snitch floor. Well, 35 seconds to be precise.
Yeah.
But, oh, let's have a look what that call is. I may have overheard beat before.
Not good, all right. We're staying at 50-50. But nonetheless, I think the momentum changed from Turkey being the better offensive team to Germany now.
I think potentially that, again, as we said, that timeout that Germany took once the Turkish players started to get the momentum swing was very important.
Yeah.
But neither team now has a timeout. You can try and call one, but it'll be a blue card.
Good.
No goal, player was beat before. Score will remain 50-50.
All right, beat before. I didn't see that beat, but the
Nor did
refs
I.
for sure did, and it's 50-50.
And as we said before, having multiple refs means you've got multiple eyes from multiple angles. You can see things like that. That's two people standing in the shade. A good 30, 40 meters away could not see.
Yeah.
For reference, we are literally standing in line with the keeper line of Germany.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
seeing from the opposite side of the pitch is a little bit difficult for us.
Yeah, it would be quite arrogant for us to be like the refs of this game.
Oh yes, I see everything, of course.
Yeah.
Why they should be listening to me, but no. That's not our job. Our job is to commentate,
Yeah.
maybe have a bit of laughs, see a bit of funnies, but we'll try. Try our best.
But in all seriousness, I think the offense of Turkey stalled as soon as Roshan was off the pitch, and now he's back on. The doctor's in the house, as you said earlier.
But control is with Germany. Jan Koller starting seeker. Jan has caught incredibly quick before.
Yeah, and there was a sub on the seeker floor for the team Turkey. I can't make out which player is currently wearing the yellow headband for Team Turkey.
Maybe they've heard what we said and that Jan could catch quite quickly. Nice trying interception there from the number 5 of Germany.
That's Julia. Can't get the rep. Nice setup to... I think that was good, yeah.
That was very nice play from the Turkish number 13, Tanner.
Yeah. And Jan Koller has some space on the snitch. The bubble is there.
Steve just trying to stay away.
Oh!
Very close to being off the pitch. Steve Busson defending.
He's got it!
What a brilliant catch. Steve Busson had no chance. Jan Koller, phenomenal height, strength. What a beautiful. But let's see if the refs call it good. It might not be good.
Yeah.
Let's not count our chickens before they hatch.
Let's calm ourselves down. Let's not
Count
get
our chickens
carried away.
before they hatch.
Gio. One of these days I'm going to marry you.
I think the other thing you say is Turkey put all their eggs in one basket.
Yeah, I would say that. No, but you got to give credit to Jan Koller. You could sense the danger he was giving to the seeker, to the snitch there.
Yeah.
Like, so much movement with his arms pushing away, trying to get that one edge, and he's so freaking good.
Catch is good.
Catch is good.
I think that was very unlucky. Steve Busson, you could see, just being pushed backwards, had no chance. Typically, snitches like to stand near the middle of the line, but look what it means to the Germans. They are on screen at the moment.
Yeah.
Absolutely loving it. This is a big game for them. Again, advancing automatically to semi-finals.
Yeah, that's the semi-finals for Germany.
Having beat Belgium yesterday, having now beat Turkish, that's 2 of the top 6 teams, as we discussed yesterday.
Absolutely.
They will be on a high low. Potentially maybe favourites for the tournament now. Or definitely one of.
I mean, but that's so great about this tournament. Even Team Turkey still has a chance to be in it. It's very... There's parity in Europe now on the international level, and I love it. Great games. Team Turkey, giving shout-outs to Team Germany. Lots of love after the game, and man, that was great to see.
Very close game. In swim the entire time. Either team could have won it, but as we said, the Turkish bubble. That snitch on pitch play is phenomenal from Germany.
Yeah, and that's what we love about sport. The decision is most of the time the snitch catch. Yeah, and that's all we have to say, right?
Yes, that's it.
Yeah, so that was me, Philip Stolz, and was joined by the beautiful
Gio Farino.
Thank you guys, take care.
And welcome back to the European Games 2019. We have just seen an incredible match between Turkey and Germany, sorry. Bit flustered, there's so much heat, we're suddenly in the sun. And it was probably one of the shortest matches of the tournament so far at 18 minutes and 16 seconds. A 16-second snitch catch was absolutely unbelievable. We'll give you a quick rundown of the game that we've just saw. So basically Germany came on, they were fairly confident, starting out quite wide, very sort of big angled passes, but it wasn't doing them any favors. It was distancing the play between the chasers and the beaters. And what happened was it allowed Turkey to get up by almost 3 goals, and they were just hovering on the edge of snitch range and really working together as a unit. Germany called a quick timeout at around about the 8 or 9 minute mark, and Germany completely turned it around, securing about another 5 or 6 goals, clearly putting them up by a few points by the time it got to Snitch, Snitch on pitch. And suddenly that amazing fast snitch catch, it was something no one was expecting.
16 seconds.
16 seconds.
Ridiculous first attempt on the German seeker, and it was spectacular to watch. It broke my heart a little bit. I was favoring Turkey in this game just because I like the underdog a little bit, but
so I'm here with Alberto from Mexico and AJ from Australia. So would you both like to give me a little bit of your thoughts on the game?
So I really was interested in this game to see how they'd play with bludger control. I knew that this game was going to come down to who maintained bludger superiority on both ends, and it came down to a T. Neither team was really able to score unless they had bludger control or was willing to press unless they had both bludgers in their wheelhouse. Turkey really trying to bring both bludgers up on offense, nearly getting all 3 of them into the keeper zone on the German side just to make their score, and still being able to toss the bludgers back and keep all 2 on defense to keep themselves within the range. Germany really trying to use their chasers a little more and a singular beater to get closer to the hoops, but they couldn't get enough penetration until they got that second beater. And it really kept this game within snitch range and within swim throughout the entire match.
What are your thoughts, AJ?
Yeah, I definitely agree. The importance of bludger control in this game is absolutely vital. I think Turkey maybe had the advantage for a little bit of the game in terms of bludger control. I probably guess that they had majority of bludger control, and that helped them score a bit more goals than Germany throughout the game. And they really used the bludger control to their advantage when they did have it. Leon Burgers had a fantastic game, especially in the second half, making opportunities for Germans, some of their chasers like Rosa and also Christian Zimmermann, of course, had some amazing plays on offense, keeping Germany in the game and in range the entire way through. Even when Turkey seemed like they had the upper hand in a lot of that game, credit to Germany, they made sure they never get too far ahead, made sure they stayed in range, got right back into goal at the end, and had control when they needed it at most for that central pitch play, and that didn't last long.
Yeah, and I don't think we even ever got out of, 20, 30-point range? They were always within at least 2 scores of one another this entire match.
The other interesting thing we were mentioning earlier as well was actually Turkey's offense and the way the synergy between the chaser and the beater offense.
It was amazing to see Turkey working so well together. Their synergy was impressive, to say the least. For the first half of the game, it looked like they were in complete control and they were going to dominate it. But the German defense, and actually regressing back to a Baylor defense to condense themselves back to the hoops and maintain at least 1 bludger towards the hoops and not overshoot or overextend themselves. Germany was being very strategic with whether they were going to use that 1 bludger when they weren't in control, and very aggressive whenever they had bludger superiority.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Germany resorted to that very, very tight defense. And Turkey actually tried taking some shots on it at one point. Didn't really work, but they were able to recover those balls quite a lot of the time. Almost all of Turkey's goals came from really smart passing around the hoops and finding that open player on the wings. And again, using their beaters to create those knockout plays and working really closely in synergy with that. Germany, on the other hand, their defense almost actually was what they had against Belgium. They almost missed a little bit in this game, where they had, against Belgium, they had some fantastic of those little blocks around the hoops and little intercepts on those passes that Turkey was still getting past them. But then the German offense, very similar to what we saw against Belgium, was very, very clever in moving the ball around a lot more, playing those balls in front of the hoops and creating those open lanes in front of the hoops so those chasers run in and score from the front. And those very, very smart cutting plays that both Belgium and Turkey weren't doing so much.
The other interesting thing as well I wanted to bring up was also the number of female goals during this match. I actually think over on both sides, the proportion of most of their goals were also done by their female chasers, which is really heartening for me to see because it means a really strong utilization. It also means there's no exploitation of quote-unquote what they say weakness within the team, or at least from this point of other players. But do you have any thoughts on that?
It really changed the game up for both of these teams. You'll see a lot of earlier and developing teams really ignore one of their chasers just because they're female. They won't pass them because they don't think they'll catch, they don't think they can take a hit, but it'll really take that next step in superiority for teams and, well, an intimidation factor almost, just being able to pass to all three of your chasers and your keeper and utilize them around the hoops. It gives you a much stronger diamond or square offense whenever you go down towards the hoops because you really have those four peoples that are of utility. And you don't just ignore a person that can really score goals for you like both Germany and Turkey were doing today. Hands down, the female chasers on both ends did an incredible job along with the female beater that started out for Turkey. Impressive to say the least.
Number 4, absolutely fantastic. Actually, she plays for the Honeybees down in Turkey and was really making huge waves back at EQC Division 1. So that would be my player to watch for the next 2 years.
Oh, definitely want to keep an eye on her.
Obviously a huge household name in Europe. It's absolutely incredible. I think Banana, of course, for the Team Turkey chasing line, another amazing household name. From the German side, I think Rosa Kuhn, absolutely amazing up-and-coming player for the last couple of years. I honestly think she's one of the best players in Europe at the moment. She can do absolutely everything. She's amazing on marking on defense, amazing contact on defense, amazing ball carrying and distribution, great hands on offense or around the hoops. Really great setting picks as well. I think these days, especially with the new changes in the rulebook, picks are becoming more and more powerful in the game. And we're seeing them being used a lot by Team Germany this year, a lot by Team UK as well, to a lot of very great effect, and she's very good at those as well.
Fantastic. And now Turkey is about to take on France, I believe. Yes. So what do you guys think is next for Turkey? Because we're actually currently at the European Games, we're actually running for any team that scored first in their pool, actually has a second shot at getting up into the final. So basically, even if you lost the first game, as long as you win the second game, which means for Turkey, they have to win the second game against France. What are your thoughts on that?
Seeing the display that France put out yesterday, especially against teams like Norway, I think Turkey still has a shot. But it all depends if France can stay out of their own heads. They really let frustration build up a little early on. They lost synergy early in their games, and it just, well, snowballed down throughout the matches. So as long as France can hold themselves together and work as a team, I think they'll put up a good front against Turkey. But personally, I'm favoring Turkey to make it back towards the finals and work their way back up.
Yeah, Turkey had to play their absolute best Quidditch against France to get anywhere past this team. France are in really good shape today by the looks of things. One of their big players who are sort of missing this tournament is Boris, of course, their seeker, their amazing clutch seeker with the SpongeBob shorts. I haven't seen him around this weekend, and he is a really important player for them when it comes to switch on pitch. But we'll have to see what happens, I guess.
And if I'm not mistaken, Germany are now moving on to play Belgium later today.
Yes, they should be. That'll be a fantastic rematch.
Another fantastic rematch, because as many of you might not be aware, but yesterday, Germany bet Belgium in a shocking turn of events for many people. Probably not as unexpected as France versus Norway, but still sending shivers down, shockwaves across the tournament here. We just wanted to, so coming back to this rematch, looking today, especially as well with Belgium and the way they've been performing this morning, they were getting a little bit, am I hesitant to say, in their own heads? Do you think that they'll be able to bring themselves back around?
No, I think that's definitely true. Looking at Belgium playing earlier today, they were definitely getting flustered. They were definitely having more trouble than they should have been. And I think they were definitely panicking a bit, rushing their players a bit. And Belgium are a very fast-paced team, but there's a difference between playing fast-paced and playing in a rushed way. I think they were playing much more rushed than fast in that game.
And one thing I will give is Louis Laramet will do a fantastic job at bringing his team back into that calm mindset. I think that was a one-game thing, and I have a lot of faith in Belgium to be able to bring themselves back into this game as a unified team and really be able to take themselves much farther in the German game than what they've displayed today and be the Belgian team that we've seen yesterday and saw in Florence in 2018.
I think what I'm very excited for, though, with this game again is that both teams are very, very smart. Both teams will watch what happened yesterday. We were looking to change up the games today. I think we're going to see a very different game today, potentially, which I'm very excited for.
Definitely agree, but I totally think it's going to come down to the beaters once again. Very similar to this game we had right here.
Fantastic. Well, we'll probably wrap that up there for about another 6 or 7 minutes before we come into our next game, which will be Poland versus the Netherlands. So tune in for that. Go back in, get some water, get some rest. I can already see all of us are sort of dripping down with sweat at the moment, so we're going to get into some shade. But apart from AJ, who's, I don't know what's going on. I don't know how you're...
It's just not that warm.
Jeans and anyway, we won't comment any further on this. We'll just accept it. It's magic. All right, but hope you're all having a great time watching back home. Just remember to message us or send us a tweet or on Facebook at EG2019 Live. Just send us a tweet or comment on our Facebook pages, whatever. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the game so far. All right, have a good one, folks.
Thank you.
Hope you all enjoy.